So those guys in the pits, the pit crews, they're going to have a great deal of work to do in this race, 30-minute race. You can see them all there wearing the earpieces and the microphones. They're speaking to their drivers up on the driving rostrum. Of course, they'll have a plan, a tactics plan, before they start the race. But as Mike Tyson famously said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So as soon as the race starts, plans are likely to change depending on what happens and track position. Track position is everything. As we've seen in the races up to now, overtaking is extremely difficult. 75 mile an hour, 8th scale RC cars. A lot of grip up the straight, but not so much in the corners, makes overtaking very difficult. Everyone we spoke to in the run-up to this race tipped Alex to take his 3rd win in the National Series so far. But not everything has gone his way so far today. The first 2 rounds of qualifying, a few little niggles, a few little problems.
Guys, I said no more laps, please.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate. So the pit crew's taking the cars out to the out to the grid for the start. So the two cars to keep a solid eye on here. You've got the bright pink car. That's the number 1 car. That's Alex Thurston, current championship leader. And the orange car with the white stripe is car 2. That's Tim Wood, Alex's closest rival so far in this championship. Now looking at the rest of the cars, I think the pink and the orange should be pretty easy to differentiate.
Going to the 10-second countdown.
10-second countdown. The drivers will be putting the cars down on 3 seconds.
Okay, another lap then, another lap round please. Cars down for a lap round. Cars down for a lap round, stall car.
We've had 1 car stalled, so the drivers are going to get another lap. I'm not entirely sure why they do this. I presume it's to just allow the engines, which are air cooled, to not overheat as they're running by the side of the track. It's to buy an extra little bit of time. Could be heat, could be that they get fueled up and run a little bit rich off the start.
Yeah, maybe. Normally happens. I don't like being held too long.
Can't imagine the carburetors on these things are that sophisticated, so get a bit rich, get a bit fueled up, and then struggle to go.
Okay, he's gone again then. We're going ahead. Okay, we're going. 10 seconds then, here we go.
So, 10 seconds, cars will go down on 3. And go. That's a good start from Alex. Oh, and a disaster for Tim. He's tipped the inside of the curb there on turn number 1. He's flipped his car on his roof. Down into 8th place. Oh dear. So, the championship contender Tim Wood there with a mistake. A little bit too much curb. Managed to get the car flipped onto its roof. Oh, and then there's more carnage. And that's Tim's on his roof. No, Tim, sorry, beg your pardon. That's the white and orange car, not the orange and white car. So, Mr. Wood got through that nicely. Oh. So an action-packed first couple of laps. I've lost sight of Alex in the pink car. Don't know where he is. There he is.
Corner top straight, clear.
So Stu, drop back to Alex in the pink car if you can. We're just going to try and work it. We assume he's well in the lead. He's got a 3-second lead according to the timing. The white and orange car that was on its roof has come into the pits. Looks like it might be a retirement. Certainly a mechanical investigation going on there. So as things stand, Alex Thurston, car 1 is in first place. Car 3, Andrew Hastings is in second position. Karl Dransfield is in third. Niall Cochran in fourth. Richard Hicklin in fifth. Oh, and it's not going well for Tim at all. He's into the pits there. His body's tucked right up. Needs to be corrected. So, like we said, we all have a plan till you get smacked in the face, but general confusion there in Tim's pit. Can't work out if there are. So there's clearly a problem with the front right-hand side of Tim's car. Guessing that was caused by the contact at the end of the first lap.
So 2 minutes and 23 on the clock. We've got Alex, Andrew, Karl, Niall, Richard, Jack, Steve, Tim, Jason and G.
So it's Alex we're following here on camera. That's car number 1. So second place man Andrew into the pits. He's straight back out again over a very quick pit stop then.
I think car 4. There's just one here now. That's car 4. No, 5.
No bloody numbers. So a 9-second lead for Alex as things stand over Karl number 4. That's Karl's just dived into the pit, so we're going to watch him around so we can keep an eye. And the leader into the pit. So Alex is into the pits. Splash and dash and away he goes. Very slick pit stop there from the leader. Got a 15-second lead over Andrew Hastings. Sorry. Yeah, Andrew Hastings in second and Karl in third.
We're coming up to the 5-minute mark, and up to the 5-minute mark.
5 minutes gone in this all-action race. So, the second place man, Andrew, over the start-finish straight. That's the white car with the green sides. That's the car in second place.
Leader down the back straight, then leaders down the back straight. 2 cars in front. Leader in front of the pit, in front of the race control, down the pits. Orange car, leader behind you. Orange and white car once again. As Tim Wood, leader is behind you. So be aware, please. 4 minutes to go this race. We've got Alex, Karl, Niall, Andrew, Steve, Tim, Jack, Richard, Jason and Jim. One lap difference between first and second place. Karl in second, then Niall, then Tim. Steve Davis up to fifth. 14-second laps to the top 6 cars. Fastest lap time is Alex on a 14.41.
So as a newbie to 8th scale on road racing, one of the interesting things for me is these cars have got the great big sides, great big wings, right? They've got wedge-shaped things, great big areas on the side of the cars.
You've got no
Tiny little numbers that you can't spot.
the numbers you can't see, yeah, for some reason.
So
Smallest numbers you can see at the moment.
I should be talking to the chairman after this and lobbying for big commentator-friendly numbers on the side of these cars.
Ban all one colours. Definitely white has to be banned. All luminous green has to be banned. It has to have something with it. You know what I mean?
Well, there's several of them that I don't appear to have numbers at all, actually.
Well, I think they do. They're just very small blue things that aren't very big. And when you've got a big track like this, you can't actually see it. Especially when you're going past you at 20 mile an hour for a hairpin.
Yeah, they are. Right, so second place driver Karl in the pits right now. So we're watching Alex, the race leader. He's just coming up to lap the second place driver again. I think race control is just about to let Karl know. Oh, nice driving, very good driving from Karl. So that's first and second, on point, on track, but Alex is a lap ahead.
It's Niall up into second now. We've got Niall, we've got Alex, Niall, Karl, Tim up to fourth. Tim's got some pace back on. Coming back up to fourth position. 14.29 fastest lap on his last lap.
And yeah, well said, Nick. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen. So after his disastrous start, we were all looking forward to a scrap between Alex and Tim. But it looks like the story of this race is going to be how far up the field Tim can get. So 9 minutes in, after taking too much curve and flipping on his roof a couple of times as there's a spectacular crash on the start-finish straight. Tim Wood is up into fourth position, 2 laps down on the leader. It's not the fastest car on track right now, but not far off it and running very, very consistently.
We've both done Alex has done a 14.89, Tim's has done a 14.86. Drivers in front of him on 60, laps of the 15-second lap. Definitely being the pace up.
Tim's just done a 14.8, as has Alex in the lead, both 14.8. So there's only hundredths of a second between them in lap times. The pressure on the pit crews once again here, because it's going to take something pretty spectacular from Tim to catch up. But his pit crew will be figuring that out. In fact, I can see them there looking at a calculator or something. So clearly trying to work things out, how they can adjust their how they can work out their strategy in order to catch up and jump a few more of these cars, get up for a podium position.
On your phone now, aren't you?
Yes, calculator on the phone. That's right. That's right.
But are you allowed to lose a phone in the pits?
Well, I imagine so. I mean, you've got to work it out somehow.
They still use stopwatches hanging down from their necks.
There are stopwatches there, yes.
Yeah. So 10 minutes and 46 gone then. We've got Alex, Karl, Niall, Tim, then Jack, then Richard, Steve, Andrew. Andrew's dropped down to 8th place. Jarrett's in 9th, and then Jason Frost hasn't raced for quite a few laps. I think he could be out. Leaders is coming from to the pit straight.
He's driving very well, Alex, isn't he? I mean, you can see, I've not seen him make a single mistake yet. Apex to apex, curb to curb. The car is extremely well set up. It's a rocket ship. that, all in line, lovely.
Unfortunate that Tim had a few mistakes early part of the race. They're both doing consistent laps themselves, really.
I mean, Tim has got the fastest lap of the race by 2 tenths. Well, 11 100ths actually, not 2 tenths. Yeah. So, Tim Wood's about to come in. There he is, flash and dash and go. Super slick pit stop there for Tim. So, let's see if his pit crew have managed to strategically work out some tactics to do something about the disastrous start to the race. If we were a little bit better on our OBS finger mechanics here, we could have worked out how to show some replays, I think, of those couple of crashes in the first lap. That was pretty exciting, wasn't it?
There was a few crashes on the right hand corner of us. Showing the view from race controls a little bit.
It definitely looked like Tim just took too much curb.
Too much curb on the blue bit. It's quite a bit of curb there.
Quite a big curb, just flipped onto its roof.
Yeah.
But that was only the start of the problems, wasn't it? Because then there was an enormous pile up at the end of the second lap. So, how many cars have we got running?
This one we've got at the moment, the only one I can't see running is Jason Frost at the moment with only 8 laps, so the rest of them are running, I think.
Right. One only counts at 6, but
there's 7 guys in the rostrum I can see at the moment.
Tim Wood up into 3rd place. So into the podium position. That's a pretty impressive drive, isn't it? So 13 minutes gone. Not at the halfway stage yet. Anything can happen.
He's being Mr. Consistent.
He's doing very well, isn't he?
You aren't consistent. That's why we do what we do.
Well, it makes it fun, then, doesn't it?
It makes it fun.
I mean, Tim could really do with Alex making a mistake of some sort, but just looking at his driving, it just doesn't look likely at all. I don't know if he's eased the pace off a little bit in order to control things, but certainly doesn't look like it. Yeah, 14.7 second lap time there for the last lap, so that was the fastest car in the pack right now is the leader. So the race to watch, if we can get it, is going to be between Karl and Tim. If we can find where they are. There's 9 seconds between them, but they're on the same lap. I think that's them just coming underneath the race control now. Yeah, it was. Oh, and one of them's gone wide. Right, so that's Tim that we're watching in 3rd place. Let's see how long it takes him to reel Karl in, or if he can do it. That's a quick lap, 14.6 seconds. But Tim, he's got Alex not far behind him on track. 8-second gap down to a 7-second gap between the 2nd and 3rd. So it's not going to be long before Tim Wood is up into 2nd place at this rate. Then we'll be able to have a proper look at what the gap is to the leader, and if he's got any chance of catching him. But that's Tim. No, that's not Tim back into the pits. That was Richard in the pits there. Tim's just gone over the line. I mean, you wouldn't put much money on anyone catching Alex with a 2-second 2-lap head start, sorry, would you? But
14.70 last, 14.48 last lap for Tim into 2nd.
Yeah, into 2nd now, Tim.
We've got 16 minutes and 22 seconds gone in. We've got Alex, Tim, Karl, Richard, Jack up into 5th place. Niall, then G, then Steve, then Andrew Hastings.
So you can see Tim dealing with a bit of traffic on that last lap, dropped down to a 15.5-second lap time. But with a 2-lap gap. Now there's Alex into the pits. Alex into the pits. And there's some work going on, so it's a slightly slower pit stop there. Some sort of adjustment. I don't know if they were.
Could be tyre change?
Didn't look like a tyre change. It looked like he was adjusting something. So maybe you adjust the mixture or something like that.
Yeah, could adjust the mixture a little tiny bit. I don't know much about it.
Lean it off or richen it off or something like that.
I don't race them, so I don't actually know much about them. So.
But you would guess with a 2-lap lead, whatever they were doing was just to
make it a bit leaner, maybe, or
safeten it up a bit so you could run a bit longer, perhaps. Because the race is yours to lose if you've got a 2-lap lead. So. Have to ask Mr. Spashett what the tactics are in that situation. Maybe you do lean it off a little bit so that the fuel lasts longer, so you can go on a longer stint, or safeten it up by richening it up a little bit so the motor runs a little bit more safely.
I've never had much luck with a nitro car, so I don't really have one.
I don't think you've ever had much luck with any car, have you, Nick?
Well, sorry, thank you very much, sir. I didn't do too bad at the B-Final, the KOC though, with a Tamiya.
Oh, you did? No, that was fun.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
That was very good.
You would love to race that as well, wouldn't you?
Well, Karl is back up into 2nd. So that's Karl and Tim there on the back straight. Hold on, right, that's them coming underneath you now, Stu. So the white and green car is Karl and the orange car is Tim, I think.
Yes, it is.
And they are racing for position. And he ran wide. Karl ran wide and Tim got through. So this is the race to watch here. Just half a second between the two of them. Tim looks like he's got the pace, doesn't he, to move away.
So black and orange car, second car behind you, down the straight. Thank you very much.
And that's the 3rd car left in as well, needs to let that one through too.
So 3rd car behind, the same car again. So be aware that's 3rd car hard behind, green and white cars, 3rd car behind.
So
orange and grey.
Tim running a 1/3 of a second a lap faster than Karl there. So once he's got through, albeit a mistake from Karl to let him through, or perhaps he ran wide just to let him through, knowing that Tim was a bit quicker and got no point in having a coming together or racing for position and costing yourself time. That's Karl into the pits. It's about now that someone tells me, Karl's name is actually Michael, and I've been calling him Karl all day. But no, that is Karl. That is Karl in the white and green car. That's Tim that we're watching flying round.
You could do that same for Walking Dead, couldn't you, really? You go, Karl,
yeah. So,
what's the last 10 minutes then?
Last 10 minutes. We'll have to ask someone who knows what they're doing, but I think Alex's car is a little bit richer because it's smoking a bit more.
Yeah, I think so. Like I say, I don't actually know.
Well, you see, it's just smoking a little bit more. So if it was richer, presumably that's a safety thing to avoid anything going wrong and avoid the engine overheating or.
The person I thought might be able to let us know that would be Andy Munnett if he's racing with one eye. He could let us know what's going on, but he hasn't messaged me, so I've got no message from him at the moment, so he might have fallen asleep or something. I don't know, yeah.
Well, maybe my helper Charlie will go and ask David Spashett.
We could ask Charlie to go and do that.
Oh, and Alex into the pits.
So 21 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. We've got Alex just going to the pits and back out again. Then Tim, Karl, Richard, Jack, Niall, G, Steve, Andy and Jason.
So that's Alex we're watching now. Well done, Stu.
It's like the back three cars haven't been racing for a while, so Steve Davis, Andrew and Jason haven't been going, so you've got G, Cast.
Oh, this man will know. Let's get John. John?
Mr. John,
John,
to race control. John to race control, please.
Hello, John. So we're live online here. We're watching this race. So what's happened so far in the race? Tim had a unfortunate crash at the start. He put it on his roof in turn 1, and at the end of the second lap, there was a pileup. Dropped Tim back to last. It's been coming through the field, but Alex has got a 2-lap lead. And what we noticed, Alex came into the pits, had his pit crew did some sort of adjustment into the car. Now, the untrained and uneducated eye, mine, looked like maybe they adjust the fuel mixture or something like that. It looks like it's richened it up a little bit because it's smoking a bit more than it was before. Okay. Does that sound plausible?
That sounds reasonable.
Right.
If only we get too warm.
And so to richen it up, presumably you would do that because you're thinking, well, hang on, we've got a 2-lap lead. We want to run safely and cautiously so we don't get any kind of mechanical, don't overheat, don't seize up the motor.
That's the one. Or don't blow a plug or whatever.
Don't blow the plug or anything like that. So you
just reaching the top end very slightly.
Richen it a tiny bit just to run a little bit more cautiously.
It's something you would normally do during the race meeting, during the actual race, but it's probably a safety thing.
And how would you adjust the mixture like that? Is there like a thumb screw or something?
No, it's a screwdriver.
Screwdriver into the top of the carburettor and dial it in or dial it out.
That's just like opening a tap and closing a tap.
Yeah. So you
more fuel through on.
Is it an air screw or a fuel screw?
Fuel screw.
Fuel screw. Right. So you'd open it anti-clockwise to richen the mixture.
To let more fuel through.
To let more fuel into running a bit safely.
We don't need more pit stops by doing that though. Not necessarily, right?
No, because the engine will run cooler.
You run cooler.
Right.
The engine will run cooler.
Yeah, run cooler.
More efficient.
Yeah. So the fuel air volume density is going to be a little bit higher, isn't it? In a way.
Correct, yeah.
And we've got 7 minutes left now in this race.
So 7 minutes to go in this race. So it's going to be interesting to ask Alex after the race exactly what he did there with his pit crew. Thank you very much, John.
So we were sort of right, weren't we?
Well, I don't know if we were on the right lines. We were on some lines, and I think we hedged our bets, to be fair. Oh, that's Karl out of the pits, just behind Alex. We're watching Tim going round. Let's see what this lap time is for Tim. Over the line. 14.9. So still running very consistently at a fast pace. Earlier in the day, we were speaking to people.
14.84.
He's done a 40. Yeah, so still right on it.
Karl had a bit of a long pit stop, 23.05.
Yeah, something went wrong there, didn't it? But we were chatting to people earlier in the day, and they thought that there might even be tyre changes during the pit stop.
Tim's just done a 15.39. So we've got about 6 minutes.
But it doesn't look like it so far. I haven't seen anybody changing tyres.
Looks like Karl's coming to pits then. Is that Karl in the pits?
No, that's Gareth who's running with Dave. So 14.7 lap time for Alex. The quickest lap of the race is a 14.2. So it's just half a second down on the fastest laps of the race. My helper Charlie's falling asleep behind me. Oh no, he's not asleep. Apparently that's normal.
That's not snoring.
No, he's not asleep. He's
I think he will fall asleep in the car on the way home now.
just gathering his thoughts.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, thought.
Thought.
There's Tim into the pits.
We've got under the 5 minutes to go then, 4.5 minutes to go. Into the last 4.5 minutes then, guys.
And that's Karl, I think we're having a look at now.
Nice bit of move there, thank you. Get Alex through.
So, as things stand, it's still a 2-lap gap between Tim and Alex, with just about a lap gap between Tim and Karl. So they're your podium positions, and then it's an 11-lap gap back to 4th place. So, unless something goes horribly wrong, your front three are going to remain the front three. And I'm guessing that the only chance of a change of position is going to be whether or not...
He's gone past Tim there.
He's taken another lap, right?
Another
yeah,
lap.
3 laps
Another
gap
lap.
now. He's just lapped him. So the only prospect really of a change of position is whether or not Karl can make up the 14-second gap to Tim and steal second place. So let's have a little look where they are. There's Tim, the orange car, going over the line now. 14 seconds back is going to be Karl. So Karl should be coming underneath us now. Yep, there he is. So
Alex just behind him.
Alex just behind him, and then Tim.
And Tim.
So they're kind of together on track. But Karl has got 3/4
Yeah,
of a lap gap to catch Tim.
Yep.
And
he
he's
has.
got 3 minutes to do it. So
We've got 27 on the clock now. 27 minutes to go. Into the under the 3 minutes to go. Last lap time for Alex was a 15-second dead. Tim Wood a 15:27. Karl a
Tim into the.
15:23.
Oh no, that's Karl. I beg your pardon. Karl into the pits. So that gap's going to get a bit bigger.
We've got Alex on 107 laps. We've got Tim on 104 laps. Karl 103. Then Richard on 96. That's your top 4 cars.
And Tim. I think that's Tim into the pits. Is that Tim?
No.
I missed that. No, it's not.
No, Tim's still up. Tim's here.
Tim's there. Yeah, there he is.
I think Steve was there in the new field than he was.
Yeah. Few of them are, but I mean, Alex's car absolutely planted, isn't it? Oh. Shoot. Oh no, don't. Right, we won't mention that. Let's not mention that. So we just had a heart-stopping moment here in race control as the race computer monitors went blank for a moment.
All went blue.
They went blank and blue. Mick Hendy's face went white.
Just a little bit.
But they've come back on and still appear to be correct. So we best not mention that.
1 minute and a half seconds.
Definitely don't mention that live on air.
Okay.
Oh, we have. Oh dear.
Last lap times in, we've got 15:06 for Alex, 16:04 for Tim, 15:05 for Karl.
We're counting down to the last minute. We're into the last minute.
Last minute, this 30-minute race, round 3 at Cotswolds, BRC 8 Circuit National.
Who are we watching now? I think that's Tim Wood we're watching. Oh, and a mistake from Alex. That's the first mistake. That's just
First mistake
29
all day.
minutes, and it was
First
only
mistake.
half a mistake. Saved absolutely brilliant. He didn't need marshalling, but so I'm told that one of the reasons those things happen towards the end of the race is that the tyres wear unevenly because there's no two-way diff, is there? So the tyres wear unevenly, and it can make the car turn more quickly one way than the other.
Racing 30 minutes. I have bad enough racing 5 minutes.
Yes.
What about you?
Well, we are twice his age, aren't we?
Into the last 10 seconds then.
Last 10 seconds. Down as we're watching the leader as he's coming to win the 3rd round of the BRCA 8 Circuit National through the chicane over the line to the win.
Out there all this time.
So congratulations, Alex. That's a solid win.
Looks like Mr. B on board down here to have a nice time watching on his marshal point.
So race over.
Okay, all cars in then, guys. Race all done.
Have a look at the result. So that was a win. It was a win for Alex Thurston. 118 laps with a best lap time of 14.4. Incredibly fast. Tim Wood doing incredibly well actually to come back from. I'll have to check on the video, but it looked like he was more or less in last place after 2 laps, after those comings together. But he's made it all the way back up to 2nd place, 2 laps down. Karl Dransfield in 3rd. Richard Hicklin in 4th, Niall Cochran, I beg your pardon if I've got your name wrong there, in 5th position, Geraint Williams in 6th, Jack in 7th, Steve Davis in 8th, Andrew Hastings 9th, and Jason Frost Um,